Hey, Capricorn. I just think how it's interesting how it's almost like a juxtaposition, a completely flip flop, like everything's turned upside down, and it's like Capricorns are behaving in a much softer way, and Aries are much more laid back, and it's like I don't know, something is really heated up the water signs, like all those things that you didn't expect to normally like have to deal with, or kind of like expect to be by this point. It's like we're not ourselves, but simultaneously we're better than we've ever been. We're more ourselves than we've ever been. We're not our old selves, put it that way. Like, this is how the fucking wings feel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Capricorn? This is how the wings feel once your butterfly has popped out. That's what they feel like. Now, ultimately, I will say this to you. There's a lot of good stuff happening in your life. But where do we start out? We start out in a very, very foggy place, Capricorn, not knowing really, how am I going to make money? How are my finances going to come in terms of like, and am I going to be able to network? Am I going to be able to do it? How am I going to do it? How am I going to make it? How am I going to make this work? Am I going to be able to make the connections I need to make in order to make this work? This is a sense of just financial gain woes, not because you can't do it or you're not going to do it, but because I don't think you've ever really done it this way before, having to sort of depend on, in some ways, the kindness of strangers. No, you're not begging for money, but you are getting help. You are, and you're allowing the help to come in. And in doing so, in some ways, you're trying to get more involved with doing things that are healthy and helpful for other people. You don't want to just have this sort of like purposeless existence anymore. Everything that you do, Capricorn, you want there to be a purpose and a reason behind, because ultimately, the Capricornian energy, even if it wasn't you personally, the Saturnian energy, which rules Capricorn, it has been drained over the past 10 years with just sort of like going through the motions to make the fucking money. But ultimately, that's not good enough. This is like, that's not soul purpose. That's not feeling good about yourself. This is about really wanting to affect and impact people while being able to make money. There's that sense, that old adage of like, love what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. And this is sort of what you're setting up. But it's scary and it's intimidating, and you don't really know if you're going to be able to pull it off because it's something that's new. You know, there could be some shady dealings. There could be some shady people that you have to get through in order to deal with these finances, in order to, or it's just maybe not shady people, but clouded, sort of like clouded, of like, you don't really know where to even begin. That's the issue right now. There's a sense of not knowing where to begin, but there's abundance to be had. That's what I'm saying. There is abundance to be had. Emotionally, so financially, there's okay. Financially, there's all these wonderful prospects that are actually a reality. They're not just a aspirational. No, Capricorn, oh, it's my little puppy. Hi, she scared me. All of a sudden, she started licking me. How you doing? I love you. I love you. You want to say hi to the Capricorn? Okay, come on. Go say hi to the Capricorn. Okay. Okay. So Kisses wants to say hi. That's all. Every time she makes an appearance, it's a good deal. So say hi to the Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. Hi. Okay. I love you. I love you, baby. I love you. So Kisses says hi. Kisses from Kisses. Ultimately, I will say this. It is not an easy time for you but it's not a bad time for you. It's like there's excitement in the air, but also, oh shit. You know, it's not a bad time, but it's not the simplest, because yeah, you have all these prospects, and like I said, they're real prospects, Capricorn. They're real financial prospects, and if you just get your ass in gear and trust that you could pull it off, because you absolutely can pull it off, you would not have that issue anymore. But the thing is this, and I was explaining it to my best friend who's a Capricorn. I was like, it's like that shaky knee syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like Bambi on his shaky knees. It's not like he can't walk. It's not like he has any deficiency. It's not like there's any kind of disability or thing. It's just that he's never walked before. So it's like that shaky knee. It's like, yeah, things are going to be unstable right now, but you know what? And I kind of like this metaphor that I used for you earlier. Over the summer, it's like walking on sand. It's not that there isn't ground under your feet, but it's movable, it's mutable. And it's almost like enjoy that feeling. Learn, like, take some walks on the beach, literally. Even if it's cold outside, take some walks on the beach. Get used to how it feels to have that kind of movement under your feet. It's still under your feet. It's still solid ground, but it's just not solid ground. It's a different kind of feeling. And it's just like enjoying that malleability of it all is sort of the trick of the game right now. And also kind of like not hating yourself, like giving yourself some time to be fragile and to be new to this. Like, let yourself be new. This is the kind of forgiveness that you got to work on right now. Is like, let yourself be new to this, because you can do it. And it's going to be great. And yes, even if you're sloppy in the beginning, you'll catch up quickly. It's not like you don't have to start everything perfect. I know you like to walk into the room fucking ironed and ready for business, and you don't like anybody to see your imperfections. But that's a bullshit, Capricorn. Believe me when I say you're starting out on this new path, and you're going to trip, you're going to stumble, you're going to look a little awkward at first, but you're also going to make it. And I know that you are. Now, this is what I want to say. You could be getting some help here financially. Now, lend a hand, reaching out a hand. This is you. This is your motivation, your inspiration. You want to actually help people. And so there's going to be twofold. Somebody's going to be helping you, especially when it comes to money. And ultimately, you're just going to have to say thank you. Just say thank you. Step away from the crowd. They're going to help you get away from this humdrum sheeple life. That's what's going to help. You're going to get a lending hand so that you can get out of this humdrum. I'm just mindless. I'm going in one direction. I don't even know why I'm going. They're getting you away from it. And guess what? All they can want is for you to say thank you and be grateful and be loving and be happy and be happy. Be happy. Be happy. That's all I want. Just be happy and let them know that they contributed to that happiness. This is a wonderful feeling. So accept the help. Take the help. The help is coming. But it's an emotional time for you because so much is changing. But listen, it doesn't mean that it's bad emotion. Emotions aren't inherently bad. Emotions are just honest. They're just truthful. And that's what's going on with you right now. But in some ways, I want you to just like fucking love how high you feel right now. Like, love how energized you feel right now. There's so much energy flying around you right now. Allow it. Enjoy that feeling of the newness, because really, how long has it been since you felt this way? And you may never feel that way again. So can you please just love this moment right now? It is unstable, it is uncomfortable, but it's also exciting as fuck, and it's something beautiful that's taking off. I guarantee it. It says take time to breathe out. Yes, emotions are running high, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is sort of trying your patience right now, or ultimately is not being very patient with you. Capricorn, just like give yourself a second before you. It's like Johnny Tremaine. You ever read that book? Did they make you read that book in high school? I had to read the book, and a part of the book that stuck with me that I never ever forgot, it was Take 10. Just count to 10. Johnny Tremaine was a kid. He was a very energetic kid. He was like a young teenager, an apprentice. He was kind of trying to make his way in the world, but he was real pop-offish, right? And his mouth was his big problem. So he learned to just count to 10. Before he spoke, just count to 10. And that's kind of what you need to do. Just kind of like allow yourself to take a breather and take a break. And please do not feel guilty or call bad names to yourself and shit, like disrespect yourself like that. Don't disrespect my friend Capricorn. Don't do that shit. Don't disrespect my Capricorn. But that's what you do. It's almost like I'm not working hard enough. I'm being lazy. Maybe you just need a fucking break. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just need to like put your feet up for a second. Can you give yourself a second? I'm telling you this because this is the challenge here. This is the challenge. of this time. Like, we're all being tested, and we're being tested in very intimate ways. And your Achilles heel is how valuable you think you are, how hard you've worked, and how much you've struggled. Like, how much have you suffered? And lots of times, Capricorn, this is why you choose to do work that you don't even like, because it's like, well, I don't deserve the money unless I'm suffering. I don't deserve the accolades unless it's hard, unless it's difficult. That's Saturn fucking with your head. And I'm telling you right now, this is that energy of you being like, that's not true. It's just not true. I'm allowed to be happy. I'm allowed to love what I do. We've talked about this over the past few videos because this energy has been building, right? I'm a 10-10. I swear to God, you're dealing with a divine counterpart. I'm telling you right now. But there's some sort of like, it's just this mesh up, Capricorn, of challenging you to really respect yourself and love yourself. And yes, keep yourself motivated, not drive yourself like a jockey with a whip on a horse's ass, but like motivate yourself. Like, motivate yourself to keep moving forward. Like, what motivates you? It's like, that's what you want. You want the inspiration. You want to be inspired. You don't want to be feeling like you're whipped and dogged and tired and unhappy all the time. Allow yourself to take a breather, because that's when your inspiration will come. Like, that's when your inspiration will have access to you. So we have here, think of the good times. Think of the good times, and there are good times ahead, especially around Capricornian season, Christmas time, as the holidays come. There's a lot to celebrate. And ultimately, I think that you're already kind of looking toward this time, maybe peeking around the corner, something covetous, something greedy. So maybe somebody that wants what you have, but ultimately, if you're not dealing with this energy, what this energy is you can't wait to get there. You're looking forward to it a lot. Take time out to check on your health, please, or to make somebody that you care about check up on their health. It's time for a checkup. That's what I'm saying. And I think it has to do with somebody that you love, taking them to the doctor, making them get checked up, getting to the bottom of any kind of issues they may have, because you love them, because you want to know the truth about what's going on with them. And ultimately, Capricorn, this is something that you really have to focus on right now, getting to the bottom of whatever, getting to the roots of whatever kind of health issues or struggles that you've been having. You are loved. And ultimately, what you might find out is it's genetic. Whatever ailment you've been suffering from could very well be coming from your roots, just genetic. The good news is that you have love and support around you. So that's something to be extremely grateful for. Let's get into the main reading. Capricorn, please. Okay. Capricorn. Dream the world into being. Let your past inform your future. Oh, I just saw something float. Did you see that? Did you just see something float up? I just saw that. But I swear to God, everybody's been talking about orbs in my videos. You know what I have to say? I have to dust. That's kind of pretty much what I think it is, but I just saw something float up. It was really interesting. And a lot of times, because I have a duvet cover that's filled with down, I get these little tiny feathers that kind of float around too. So ultimately, your past is influencing your future. Something about your past is informing your future. And ultimately, what I think what this card really means is you should let the suffering and the pain and the hardship that you had to experience just be gone. Like, let that be your inspiration. Like, I never want to go back there. I never wanted to. No, the past is dead. Let it be dead, because I never want to go back there. I know I deserve better. I know I want something more. I've gotten a taste of what it feels to be able to breathe or put my feet up when I need to and be happy. And ultimately, I don't want to go back to the stress that I was in. I have lived through that stress. I don't want to go back to it. So let that be your inspiration. This is Scorpionic energy. I say that because Mercury is now retrograde in Scorpio. Well, Mercury has been in Scorpio, but it's in retrograde in Scorpio now. So I would not be surprised if, especially when it comes to health issues, you finding or digging something up and finally getting some answers. What else do we have? Yeah, life is speeding up in terms of communication, finally getting some answers to some unsolved mysteries that maybe you guys have been inquiring into. You see the double helix could have to do with medicine, medical, but this is finally 2 and 2 being put together and you actually getting some answers. And then you have believe in yourself. So this is squirrel energy. Doing the hard work, doing the work, believing in yourself, and making the investment for the future. That's what this is. It's like believing in yourself enough to invest in yourself. Invest in, this is also storing up for the winter. Like being very cautious for the winter, like knowing that times ahead are, you know, maybe that's kind of what you're doing. You're being very cautious for the winter. You don't want to get too ahead of yourself. You want to make sure that you're protected. You are protected. This is also mercurial energy, right? It's both Gemini and Virgo. So there's a sense of understanding, hearing news and preparing for it, reacting to it in a way that is healing and healthy. This is Virgo energy. So it is, you know, starting to basically put things into place right now to work on your health and improve on your health, but ultimately now something to do with health. I swear to God, it's just something to do with health. And then you have see the big picture. Now, see the big picture is Taurus energy. So it is financial planning, like finally being in a position where you can actually start planning planning financially for what's going to come. And there's stability here, and there's stability in being able to not have to live moment to moment or week to week, to be able to pay the bills or know where the money is going to come from. A sense of you can finally plan ahead now. You can finally look ahead, and that maybe that's because of all the maybe that's because of everything that you you know, all the work that you've done. It's like finally something's coming together. Now, this card was spinning around because my elbow was on it. Be generous of spirit. So this is being kind and helping people, but I think it's coming to somebody's defense, to be totally honest with you, because it seems like for somebody, the world has been against them. They've been suffering in some way. They've also in some way become very disconnected or disillusioned, not really like feeling, it's almost like feeling like the world is against them. And there's a sense of you really wanting to help, especially if somebody's been having, like I said, this is very shamanic energy, could be having, maybe because of, this is almost telling me that any kind of your ailments have to do, there's a spiritual element to them, Capricorn. So there's a sense of having gone against spirit or what spirit wanted from you, having gone against, not evil, but just a sense of not been listening to your spiritual path. So ultimately that's kind of what's been building up, and it's manifesting physically. So ultimately this is a sense of wanting to help somebody or take care of somebody that is going through this, or helping them understand how those things are connected. Okay. So you are very productive. You're always very productive. This is Gemini energy, but it's sort of kind of in reverse coming out. So be fearless and bold. This is Mars energy. It's going to take a lot of courage for you to sort of, you or whoever you're dealing with, to admit this to yourself. Admit that there's a spiritual disconnect, at least in somebody that you're like, this is spiritual disconnect, a sense of self without a sense of connecting to spirit. Maybe even I just feel like there's something off. There's something off. That's all I can get. There's something off. Co-create with spirit, because almost like you tried to do it all on your own. And doing it all on your own is going to break you. It's not what you're meant to be. It's not what you're meant to do. All cardinal signs have that about them, where they kind of feel like, oh, I could do everything by myself. I'm just going to like let me figure. Yes, yeah. Even Libras and Cancers. There's a sense of just like getting too into that sense, that mode of Libras, they think they can make a relationship all by themselves. Like they can, let me just do it all. You know, I'll argue both sides of the arguments and et cetera, et cetera. No, that's not the case, you know, and Cancers, they think that they can take care of everybody all by themselves. that they can nurture everything all by themselves. Like it's always their responsibility. And you guys think that you could just build everything all by yourself. You can create whole, and you can. You're capable of it, but you're not really all by yourself. Nobody really does that shit all by themselves. They need help, and they need not only help, but they need not only help, but they need to delegate. You know what I'm saying? It's like learning to delegate is a big thing right now, but I do believe that there's help here. I said that, right? Be here now in the present moment. This is Libra energy. Once again, this is being in the present moment. Like focus on your breath right here, right now. There's something beautiful happening right now. And there's a sense of don't be scared. Don't be thinking about, well, when is it going to end? When is it going to fade? Because ultimately then you're not enjoying what it is in this moment. Capricorn, this is a sense of just enjoy what it is in the moment. Just see the beauty of it. And the focus on the beauty of it is what's going to perpetuate it. This is a time to shine. You have Libra energy and Aquarius energy. This is a time to be lighter hearted. This is more Aquarius energy. Be free. Be free from all the kind of ties and tethers. Just let it all go. Let it all be in the past. And you will shine and you will move forward. There is progress here, but it's almost like a liberated progress. You know, it's not just the normal progress. It's liberated progress. That's what you're doing. That's what you're making. That's what's happening right now. This liberated progress for you. And I love it. And this is sort of like kind of wonky. Be playful. You're not really comfortable with being playful right now. It's not really comfortable for you. And that's what you're struggling with. It's like, do I have a right to have fun? That's that sense of like, ironically, that's your Achilles heel. Do I have a right to enjoy this? Do I have a right to be playful? You're not really in the mood to play around right now. But ultimately, don't push yourself so hard, because if you push yourself really hard and you don't give yourself at least time to meditate or a break, then you're going to miss out on this beautiful opportunity. And maybe in some ways make somebody feel like you don't appreciate what they're offering you or their contribution. Because it's almost like if somebody believes in you and is willing to invest in you, but then you turn around and don't believe in yourself, it's almost making a mockery of them. That's what I said. Don't be mean to my friend Capricorn. Who do you think you are? You're not allowed to do that in my presence. You're not allowed to be mean to my friend Capricorn in my presence. That sense of honoring the person who believes in you and is investing in you by believing in yourself. Let's get to the spirit messages. Yes, there is an extended reading. Always, tarot, it gets to the dirt. It susses out those details. Or maybe you just want more of this message. So come on over. The link is below. But I do hope, Capricorn, that you want to stay around, because we're going to do some angel and spirit guide messages, and I think that they're really important for you right now, especially. But they're also always really important. They're my favorite part of the readings, because they have a different voice, and it's a calming voice, and it's a wise voice, and I love this part of the reading. So let's begin. Transformation, what I tell you. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. What'd I say? What'd I say? You are changing. You are changing. And changing isn't easy. It's like growing pains. Like that Greg Brady episode. Oh, no, it wasn't Greg. It was Bobby. When it's time to change. You know that? You remember that song? Oh my God. I remember it. His voice kept changing. It's not comfortable, man. It feels awkward, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's like those shaky legs. Pretty soon you'll be this beautiful deer that can run on them like a gazelle jumping through like elegantly through the field. Hopefully there's no hunters. There's no hunters in this field. It's just you'll be able to run perfectly soon enough. Middle path. In other words, embrace both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. So you don't have to go to one extreme or another. There is other options. In other words, please don't stop looking for what actually works for you. Please be honest with yourself right now. Please, please, please honor yourself enough to be honest with yourself and know if it doesn't work for me, then it's not for me. Or this is for me, but it has to be this way. So basically, there's another path. There's not just the two extremes, and you can blaze this path on your own. And that's once again why things are moving more slowly, because trailblazing it's time consuming and it's difficult, but it's worth it. Faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once more. And Capricorn, you are very attached to faith. So whatever faith that you believe in, whatever you hold true to, pray to it, meditate to it. It will help you out. Connect with spirit, because this disconnect from spirit has actually been harming you. So it's just like that could be your step one in sort of rebalancing yourself and feeling more comfortable on this uneven ground right now. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Yes, you are. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. Done. Hello. This is it. You're supposed to be creating right now, Capricorn. You're not supposed to be working for somebody else. You're supposed to be working for yourself. Or if you do work for somebody else, God bless. Ultimately, you're supposed to be creating new systems, designing 25-25. You're creating, especially divine counterpart, a divine partnership. You're creating it. This is all new. So of course it's going to be Bambi leg shaky, but beautiful. And then we have two more, harmony. So that's becoming in tune with a partnership, right? And what do we do? What do we need in order to become in harmony with something else? What is it? Charging has stopped? I don't understand. Oh, I don't know. Something's wrong with my phone. Hopefully it doesn't go out. Harmony. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. See that? Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. You can listen. You can create. And yes, oh yes, oh yes, you can let that love in. And clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Just do it. Don't question it. Visualize it. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place, a gift from your guardian angel that wants you to know you have to have time to celebrate yourself. You have to take time to be good to yourself. Take time to breathe, especially this week when it's getting really scary. Just literally hold somebody's hand, take a deep breath, close your eyes. And that'll help you. It's almost like medicine. I'll see you guys in the extended. The link is below. Let's go into tarot.